huge abnormal withdrawals. And I will not go to the details of the withdrawals. I'll just consolidate the withdrawals. We'll unpack them a little later. In the month of November, there was a withdrawal of 46 million Kenya shillings. In December, 41, and in January, over 20 million. So in record 3 months, Siaya County, through Impressed, had withdrawn total in excess of 100 million. And the evidence I have adduced is in DG4, page 6 to 75, and we can look at that a little later during cross-examination. I want at this point to refer you back to the video that was shown a little earlier where the CECM for Finance and Economic Planning was talking about having withdrawn 65 million between November and the month of May. I think it's economical with information there, because on the same breath he says that they froze the Impressed account in the month of April. So they could not have withdrawn from November to May, because April it was frozen, May it was frozen. So that 65 must have been from November to March. Chair and committee, upon noticing these huge withdrawals from the Impressed account, I summoned Mr. Jack Odinga to come and explain for me these withdrawals. And he was a little cagey, but eventually explained the nature and the reason for the withdrawals, and that the withdrawals were supposed to be financing government operations, which was really a political statement, government operations. I raised the issue with the governor, and the governor declined knowledge of these withdrawals, and at that point I did not pursue it further. And I knew that since I had already raised it, it was not going to be an issue anymore. Unfortunately, in the month of December, that position still obtained. And January, the same withdrawals continued. So, first, I felt a bit frustrated, Chair and Committee, because when I raised them with the governor in November, I had expected some, sanctions, and that did not happen. So, in the month of February, I need to also give some background around my relationship with governor. We had a fairly intimate, fairly close relationship the first 3 months. When I raised these issues in November, there was some level of disengagement. I noticed that that relationship we were drifting apart in December, and then in January, our communication had somewhat completely reduced. And then in February, governor, without consulting me, as used to be the practice, and ignoring expert professional advice from his CECM for Finance and Planning, because he had suggested names and persons that needed to be transferred to finance. And governor completely ignored that, and I have shared with the committee the communication and the evidence. And, in one clean sweep, transferred 3 individuals back to finance. And these individuals were under investigation on account of the theft of the 600 million and 400 million. I noticed the previous speakers before me, the witnesses, no one has been talking about the 400 million. But Chair and Committee, indeed, the county of Siaya had the great misfortune of having lost 600 million and 400 million besides the current graft in our administration.